Welcome students. In this video we're going to talk about Rolle's theorem. So Rolle's theorem is a way of finding a critical point where the derivative of the derivative of the function given is equal to 0. So there are a few criteria that we need to determine before we can apply Rolle's theorem. So for Rolle's theorems, then it says that the endpoints, so we're going to check the endpoints. So endpoints of 0 in the closed interval 0, 3 have to be equal to each other. So f of 0 has to equal f of 3. Let's see. So f of 0 is equal to, if we plug in 0 here, that's 0. So that would be 0 plus 3 times 0, that's 0. And then f of 3, that's going to be 3 squared, that's 9. That would be negative 9 plus 9, that's 0. So that checks out. So that's the first step of Rolle's theorem. Now Rolle's theorem says that, so we know that f of x is a polynomial. So f of x is continuous on 0, 3, on the closed interval 0, 3, and it's also, and then f of x is differentiable on the interval, on the open interval 0, 3. So that's those two things check out because this is a polynomial function. So now with these three criteria we can apply Rolle's theorem. So Rolle's theorem says that we're going to find where f prime of x is equal to 0. And that x, we call it c. So c, we need to find it. That's a critical point. So first let's take the derivative. So f prime of x is equal to, we take the derivative, we would use, that would be negative 2x plus 3. Now we set it equal to 0. So we set the derivative equal to 0. So that we're going to get negative 2x plus 3 is equal to 0 to find c, the critical point. So that would be negative 2x equals negative 3. We divide by negative 2, negative 2. So x is equal to 3.5. So c is equal to 3.5. And we can prove it by plugging it into our derivative. So for example, f prime of 3.5 is equal to, if you multiply negative 2 times 3.5, you're gonna get negative 3 plus 3 is equal to 0. So that checks out. So we found c is 3.5. That's our critical point. So that's how we apply Rolle's theorem to find a critical point where the derivative of the function is equal to 0. So Rolle's theorem basically asserts that we're going to get such point if we meet this criteria, these three different criteria. Alright, thank you very much students. See you next time.